Good Monday morning, Tim Sykes here, or it's Monday morning for a lot of you guys, depending on what time zone you're in. It's evening for me, but I still just made bank, and it's because I was prepared. You should have watched yesterday's video lesson with 40 lessons from Tim Grittani passing $4 million in profits. Props to him. But let's talk about today's trades. And also if you go to the blog post on Tim Grittani, I'd appreciate if you leave a comment at the bottom of it and just show him some love, show him some appreciation. But let me talk about what I just did to make roughly $2,000 in 25 minutes. There was a blog post a few weeks ago called An Athlete's Guide to Stock Trading on timothysykes.com. You can go Google it. Actually, I'll link it below this video too. And it's by Ray Allen, who is a great NBA basketball player. I think he might be the greatest three-point shooter other than Steph Curry. And they asked him when he was retiring, just give us some lessons. And his main lesson was what it really takes. Did I link it? This brilliant essay, yeah. What it really takes to be successful. When he gave himself like a letter to his younger self, it's boring, old habits. That is what it takes, okay? So learn from Tim Grittani's $4 million. He's doing the same damn patterns day in, day out. If you look at my trades right here, it's the same damn patterns day in, day out. The more classic the pattern, the more prepared I am, the better I do. And the same goes true with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys are like, okay, that's nice, Tim, but I don't know the patterns. That's why we have video lessons. That's why we have DVDs. That's why we have so many webinars for you Trading Challenge students. Tim Grittani has given roughly 50 webinars exclusively to Trading Challenge students. They're all archived. I've done thousands of webinars. There's over 4,000 video lessons. I'm sorry to keep repeating myself, but the secret to success is studying the past. And both of these stocks that I traded today fit the patterns that I trade over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So do me a favor below this video. After I'm done, we got a little ways to go, but after I'm done, leave a comment with the 3 words, boring old habits, if you understand what it really takes to be successful. And that way you get your brain thinking, you get your mindset in the proper mode, and you realize it's not about hot picks. It's about learning patterns, studying patterns, figuring out what patterns work best for you, because we all have different personalities, and trying your best to capture the meat of the move over and over and over and over. And some people will say, Tim, you have millions of dollars. Why do you care about making 2,000? Because it's the process that I care about. Even if I made 200, okay? If you have a process that makes you $200 in a day, guess what? You're better than 99.999% of the world, because they have to go to jobs that they fucking hate and work for people that they usually hate and study in schools that they hate for too many years and get in student loan debt that they hate and credit card debt that they hate. I'm just telling you a process by which I personally make a little over 2,000. And as I go into these trades and some of the trades that I didn't make, you will see what I did right and what I did wrong. And I want you to apply that to your own trading. Because even though I made a little over 2,000, I didn't trade either of these perfectly. And I also missed probably the best play of the day, even though I alerted it in chat. So I would open my stocks to trade, but my stocks to trade is down right now. I'm on slow Wi-Fi. Stocks to trade doesn't really work on slow Wi-Fi. So this is my backup. This is E-Trade Pro. VRAY. Let me start with a trade that I did not do. I got a lot of links here. So this is my chat room commentary. You guys should be in my chat room. A lot of this stuff moves very quick. And the commentary I put out, I try to alert you, and I try to, post what's happening, very quickly. This was probably my best alert in recent memory, where I just said VRAY FDA approval at 10:05. This is a new feature that we are testing on stocks to trade. We have many new features coming out, and I found this using one of the new features. I'm not even going to explain it because it's not available yet, and it's just going to piss you off. But trust me, we have some exciting new features on stocks to trade. few weeks away. I'm working on a very special edition, and V-Ray FDA approval popped up very quickly. 10:05 a.m. Okay, and I also tried to dip by ABWN again, but I missed it. So I'm going to alert you when I miss a trade. I'm going to alert you when I see some news that I think is useful. V-Ray 10:05 a.m. Just remember that, because that was right here on this green bar right here. This is a 1 minute chart. And you can see here 1 minute when they got the FDA approval. Oh, wait, it was right. 10:05 was right here. One of these red bars, and it did nothing. And then it really started spiking at 10:08. So you had 3 minutes if you were in the chat room. And I know some of you guys did buy. I missed my execution. I really just screwed it up. I saw the alert, I saw the news, and I just whiffed. There's no other excuse. I took my eye off the ball, and guess what? I mean, this spiked nicely as slower people who don't necessarily have the new features on stocks to trade didn't see it, and then it started spreading all across social media a little later. But there was $1 a share, and I know some of you guys made 50 cents, $1 a share, so props to you. I missed this trade. So the reason why I bring this up is to show you that I'm not perfect. But with the tools that we're using, you do have access. And then it's up to you, whether you whiff or not. I mean, I can't control that. And I whiffed on this one. So I was trying to buy 5,000 shares, by the way. So this would have been a nice, I wouldn't have held till 6, although I did give, alert saying like I would be selling in the 590s. I wouldn't chase it up here, when it moves $1 a share. But probably I would have sold half or some of it. Maybe even all of it here at 550. So I really would have made like another $2,000, but it's okay. As long as you see that I alerted it and you see that, it's there. You see, this is, then I alerted at 10:09, very nice spike. I missed my execution at 5-ish. I will not chase. So you'll see this sometimes when I screw up, guess what? I'm not going to chase. It's okay to miss a trade. I don't have, FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh no, I missed a trade. What will I ever do? There's so many fucking trades every day, especially lately. There's so many plays. The plays that I did hit, too many windows open. Sorry, Tim Brittani, I have to close you for a sec. I did nail GoGo. And GoGo, let's go back and look at my commentary. Pre-market, I was watching it. So pre-market every day, you should have a watch list of some potential plays. So I said this at 9:20 a.m. and I said these are my top watches for me. GoGo, nice earnings, but nasty long-term chart. So I'm in no rush just yet. So I'm talking about the potential plays, but I'm not like, oh my God, I have to buy these. What caused me to buy GoGo was the dip. Okay, it was already spiking right at the open. And understand, I was talking about this pre-market, so I'm talking about it like right in here when it's hanging around 10:20. But at the market open, it spikes from 10:20 to 10:50 really quick, like all in 1 minute. And then it comes down again. So when it spikes right at the open, that tells me that there's a lot of buyers. But then when it comes down, that gives me the opportunity to lessen my risk. If I'm buying it right at the top here at 10:50, I mean, as it turned out, you still could have made money. But it's very tough to chase stocks right at the open, especially if you're going to cut losses quickly. Imagine if you bought it right at the open. You're like, oh, new earnings winner, this is great. You buy it at 10:50 and then it goes down to 10:20 and you're like, shit, I have to cut losses. So for me, I need this quick dip, and that's what really helped me. And there was actually another opportunity. You had 3 opportunities to buy it in the 10:20s, and now it's 10.70. So 50 cents a share of upside. And I did not capture it all. I did not sell in the 10.70s or 10.80s. I got like the 10.60s and 10.50s. I had a bunch of sales, but I stuck to my plan. When you go into a trade also, you have to have a plan. So I specifically said my goal is to make 30 to 60 cents a share. Lots of shorts, which is a good thing when there's earnings because they can get squeezed, but ugly long-term chart. So I didn't really have that much confidence in it, but it still worked out. And as you can see, earnings winners, can keep going. My better play was on ABWN, and this is on my watch list. If you read it, which some of you guys do not, This was my watch list. ABWN and CNBX, I've been saying all last week, had pump-looking charts, so refer to my 7-step penny stocking framework on how I'll play them. Both right now, I believe, are number 5 patterns. Potential dip buys into morning panics. Okay, this was last night. Some people are like, oh, Tim, you always just do hindsight trading. This is real fucking time. This is actually ahead of real time, where I say potential dip buy into the morning panic. What happens on ABWN today? We got a morning panic from the low 2s to the 170s. And now, you have 30 cents of upside. And again, you had 2 opportunities to buy. You don't necessarily have to buy the first dip on pretty much any of these plays. And I tried to actually dip buy this again here at 180, and I missed my execution at 181, so I didn't want to chase it. But I did catch this first bottom. So 1 out of 2 here. And I want you to see this. I want to be very crystal clear. You had 2 opportunities on ABWN to make 20, 30 cents a share, 10, 15%. Nothing huge. But you had 2 opportunities. Go. You had 3 opportunities to buy it in the 1020s before it goes up to the 1070s. Again, nothing huge, just a 5% gain. But both of these plays, well, Go, released earnings today, so I couldn't put it in my watch list. But both ABWN and CNBX, I said, are potential dip buys. And CNBX, I didn't want to chase. Mark Crook did. Ignore this big drop. This is just a typo. Most programs like E-Trade don't give a shit about low price stocks, so it's not good data. But Mark Crook nailed this. He made roughly $5,000 today already. And, CNBX, this is just a classic number 5 pattern for my Penny Stocking Framework DVD. If you have not seen my Penny Stocking Framework DVD, please go watch it because it's damn good and the patterns still work. So this is what I'm saying. I had this blog post or this video lesson, what was it, a few days ago, February 23rd, 4 days ago. And I was like, how I make $2,000 per day. Okay, and I didn't time NVFY perfectly. I did time UCTT pretty well that day. So I was like, 1 for 2, but I still, made money on both. Today, you had multiple opportunities to make 10 to 15% on the dip buy on ABWN. I missed CNBX. I missed V-Ray, although I alerted it well. And Go, I took the meat of the move. I did time that pretty well, although there were more opportunities. So you have all these opportunities. And also props to longs on OWCP. I mean, this was another morning spiker, little breakout play. So you have so many fucking plays right now. It's astounding that more of you guys are not pumped up in studying the past. I know that a lot of you guys are pumped up, but you're not pumped up enough to study the past. And the key to my success is studying the past, okay? On OWCP, on Go. V-Ray, that's just a new feature on Stocks to Trade. But this is what it takes over and over and over again. Boring old habits. Thank you, Ray Allen, for this beautiful essay. Let me just highlight it so you can see. Boring old habits. I know you want to let me in. I know you want me to let you in on some big secret to success in the NBA. The secret is there is no secret. It's just boring old habits. The same goes true for the stock market, okay? Boring old habits. That's all I am. That's all I do. That's all Mark Crook, Michael Good, Tim Bowen, myself, Tim Grittani. We all give webinars to Trading Challenge students. We all make video lessons. Tim Grittani and Michael Good and myself have DVDs, and we're just showing you our boring old habits. And you have to be willing to study them. That's it. And it's not going to guarantee you success, but at least you'll understand the patterns and the catalysts, okay? ABWN was a classic dip buy. OWCP, this is a nice follow-through breakout. V-Ray, again, there's nothing in the chart that would show that this is amazing. But the news came out and Stocks to Trade with the new feature, which I'll show you soon, was very nice. And then Go is just an earnings winner. So same old patterns. If you understand what I'm saying, again, leave a comment below saying boring old habits and just do something to help me and help yourself in 2017. Study all these video lessons. Study the past, okay? Even today. Today is, this morning's trades are already the past. It's only 10:30 a.m. Eastern when I'm filming this, an hour into the market day. All these plays are done for me, okay? I'm not going to touch go now. V-Ray, I'm not going to touch it. ABWN is actually coming down a little bit. I'm not going to chase it, but you had, 2 opportunities to dip by. So just be better prepared, a lot of you guys. Some of you guys are nailing it. Props to those of you who are getting it. Thank you.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire.
So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.